What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Hope it's been a great day so far, guys. Currently it is around 10:30ish in the morning. About to make some breakfast. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna be making. Making some eggs and some oatmeal, but I've been starting to put protein in my oatmeal. I just recently switched to this new brand, the GYM Supplement Science brand. The reason I switched to this brand of oatmeal, protein powder, is because it is just tastes so good. The vanilla bean flavor, guys. If you guys ever in the market, if you guys are in the market for buying some new protein, let me just see if this focuses. If you guys are in the market for some new protein flavors or new protein powder, this is it. This is what you want. The vanilla bean flavor for JYM. It's so good.
We about to turn it on.
Alright guys, for meal one right here we got eggs, and my mom, I don't really know exactly like the proper name for these. I think they're called, I think it's just cactus. In English, Spanish they just call them nopales. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just cactus in English. So that's exactly what I'm having right here with my eggs. I just mixed it, it's just a vegetable, mix it up there, and then I put some salsa that my mom made. And then over here we got the oatmeal, and I put a whole bunch of stuff in the oatmeal. Pretty much I just put like the oatmeal, the syrup, the little brown powder you guys saw me do, that was cinnamon, chocolate chips, and especially white chocolate chips because it just tastes better with the oatmeal, and then the scoop of the protein powder. And this whole meal right here is about 1,070 calories. I don't really drink anything when I eat stuff because I never got that concept of people drinking stuff when they eat. I don't know, I just think it messes with the food. Like, I don't like drinking while I eat. If I ever do drink anything while I eat, it's usually just water. Alright guys, this is a couple days later after the video of the vlog you guys just saw me making right now. And pretty much for the remainder of the video, guys, I decided I'm gonna start doing this literally the day I was recording this. I would decide that this is what I was gonna do. But right now in my head, I just like literally earlier today when I was working out, like the time of that I'm recording this clip, I had a kind of an epiphany that was like, yo, I kind of want to do this. So with this series that I'm doing, the Incriedble bulk, every single week I'm gonna be taking out one day out of my workout, whether it be a leg day, a push day, or a pull day. And I'm gonna be walking through, explaining, doing a voiceover, like kind of like a cut commentary, exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And I'm pretty much gonna be explaining every workout because my push days and my pull days, they do differ a little bit, and my leg days don't really differ at all, except sometimes it's just the different weight and the different rep ranges I hit for a certain day. So yeah, I'm gonna be going through that, explain it the best I can. So that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. So this week I'm going over my first leg day, which would be on Monday, and then next week I'll go over my push days, then the following week after that will be pull day, and then it's pretty much until we finish it. So that's what I'm gonna be doing kind of for the first part of this bulking series I'm doing. I'm gonna be explaining this, and then obviously throughout the week the other videos I'm gonna be posting are pretty much just gonna be vlogs. So with that being said, let's get to this leg day. Alright guys, first off I just want to say, coming into this leg day, I actually was feeling very tight on my hips. So recently I switched to sumo deadlifting rather than conventional due to my lower back issue. And just doing sumo, I have like so much pressure on my hip adductors and overall just my hips, and everything just feels very tight. So I have to warm up like very good. And this is not even my first warm up. I usually warm up with just the bar, and then since my injury on my lower back, I can't squat the same. I don't squat as much as I used to anymore. My squat PR, everything I'm doing right now on my program that I'm running, I'm basing off a 290 max for my squat, which at my peak back in March, it was around, my squat was at 365, and those numbers are not even like, they're like, it's like night and day. So pretty much everything I had to like pretty much tone down the weight and everything, and I kind of have to rebuild my squat form again, just because looking back at old videos, I realized that my squat form was okay, but it could have been better. Like, it was good, but it wasn't optimal for me. So everybody has kind of certain like way your body is structured, so not everybody squats exactly the same. Like, some people squat a lot more narrow, some people squat a lot more wider. For me, I kind of find it that the sweet spot for my foot placing is kind of a mid to like close stance, and my feet pointed pretty out like this. Like, as you guys saw, my feet were pointed pretty out, and then pretty much just go down, obviously knees point out, and then yeah, and then go back up. So that's pretty much kind of where I realized my squat, my squat stance is that's where I feel the best, that's where I feel the strongest. So that's why I started doing that. I recently had to switch to it, and that's pretty much what we're doing now. And I do squat high bar just because low bar really like, I don't have really like bad like shoulder rotation, like shoulder mobility, and like it really hurts when I do low bar. And especially because low bar is a little bit more, it's hitting a little bit of your lower back. You do use quite a bit a lower back action, and since I had a lower back injury, I don't want to put any risk on that, even though I do know that you could probably load up a lot more weight on low bar squats. But I'm just gonna stick to I'm just gonna stick to high bar for now, just because that's exactly what I know what to do, and I'm just gonna be doing it. So on this leg day in particular, I had to do a heavy single, and I'm still warming up. Here's my heavy single. It's, I believe it's at 280, and the weight moved a little bit because we weren't using clamps. Down and up, and as you guys can see, it moved pretty slowly. I mean, kind of slow, but kind of good at the same time. Like, I feel like it feels like when I'm there, the weight feels impossible, but then when I see it on video, it's like it moved a lot better than what I thought. And here so we had a heavy single. Mine was at 290, and then I had a follow 4x4 at about, I think it was 250. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, it's 250. I'm right down the bar. So that's what my 4x4 was, and that's pretty much all there was to squatting. I think this is that was the first set you guys just saw. This is the second set, and I don't know, man. Towards like halfway through the squat workout, I felt really good. Wow. I haven't really been looking over this footage that much. I kind of just like color graded it. I just kind of like put it together, took off the volume. This is kind of like literally the first time I'm doing this. One thing I want to point out, check out my belt, guys. I just recently started putting stickers on it, and it's just like, my belt is just so customized. It's literally like that's my belt. Like, nobody else in the world has a belt like that. That's my belt. Like, I customize it. It has the signatures of some of the people I look up to, and it got cool ass stickers. Like, literally, that's my belt. That's freaking awesome. And one thing I do want to say right now, as I'm squatting, as I see myself squat, hopefully I could build up back into like a higher squat, like how I used to have. Like, I'm hoping I could hit 365 squat at least again. I want to say I'll be maxing out here in the next 4 weeks, trying to hit some PR numbers. I'm gonna be aiming for 315 on squat, and hopefully I can hit 365s on the next cycle of the program, which probably it's a 9-week program. So I say January, hopefully I hit a 365 squat again, which is pretty good, because if you go back to like the progression of exactly a year, I hit my 365 squat back in March, and obviously too, I'm gonna be hitting it a lot lighter this time, just due to the fact that around this time last year, on like when I was bulking, like it's literally night and day. Like, if you guys can go back to the videos I posted exactly a year ago, like, I was fatter and weaker back like a year ago. Now I'm a lot stronger and just a lot leaner this time around. Now obviously we're not crazy lean, we don't have like abs popping out or anything, but we don't have as much body fat, at least I don't have as much body fat as I did last year. So I'm pretty happy about that. Weight's moving good, everything feels good, just my body's just really tired, because I'm just like, my body is just barely getting used to powerlifting again, and then still kind of like doing a little bodybuilding workout after, because that's just the way I like to train. I don't like to limit myself to a strict powerlifting or bodybuilding. I kind of find it kind of useless in a way. Like, I feel like as a natural like lifter, it's honestly the best to get the best of both worlds. Like, literally, if you want to call it power building or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just like, I like to just train. Like, I like to train for strength and hypertrophy, especially, I feel, because like it's just very important. Although strength correlates with hypertrophy, and hypertrophy does correlate with strength, at the end of the day, sometimes it's not the same. Sometimes they don't go neck and neck. Like I like to say the saying that a stronger muscle is a bigger muscle, Only 9 out of 10 times though. There's that one time where that's just not the case. As I'm editing this, I just realized I kind of left a little detail I should have said is right now when I was talking about the muscles, that out of like sometimes 9 out of 10 times just a stronger muscle is a bigger muscle, but not always. And that also is due to the simple fact of just genetics. Like your muscle insertions, the way your muscles are placed, it's just something that you really can't control. It's just, you really can't control the way your just muscle anatomy works, the way it was placed when you were born. So that kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, you can still grow. That's not going to stop you from achieving the body that you want, but it's just, it might not look exactly like the way you have it in your head, and you're not going to look exactly like somebody else just due to the simple fact of genetics. And there's a lot, like tons of lifters out there that are a perfect example of that. Perfect example of that would be probably like a lifter like Max Chuni, for example, who has really like a high squat. I believe he has like somewhere in the 550 squats, and his legs are literally chicken legs. They're so freaking tiny. It's just, that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just some things that people like really can't help that much. And yeah, and then for the first legit official like workout after the squat would be lunges. We just do a simple 3x10, 10 there, 10 back. Don't do straight 10 and then you're done. Like no, that would mean you're literally doing 5 reps on each leg. So this would be 10 there, 10 back, 3 sets of this. And yeah, right here we're using 37.5s. Now, as much as I take my powerlifting side of training seriously, I take my accessory training just as seriously. And I really don't like calling it accessories sometimes. Sometimes I just say it, but I really don't like calling it that because I don't consider them accessories. Like, it's still working out. Like, you're still training. You still have to go hard. You know what I'm saying? So I do try to progressively like do progressive overload on these motions. Like, for example, lunges. Like when I first started doing lunges, we were doing, I believe, I was doing 30s, and I started doing lunges about like 2 months ago, and right now we're doing the 37s. And pretty much the way I do my progressive overload, as soon as I can do the weight, I don't keep track of like in a little notebook or anything. I just have a good memory, so I can keep track of all the weights I do exactly, just because I'm in the gym almost every day, pretty much, except for Sunday. That's my only off day, and I just kind of know what weights I do. So you know what I'm saying? So like, I just know. So right now, once I feel like the weight is good, I feel like it doesn't kill me, and I can get it up pretty easily, but it's still kind of like, it might be a little challenging. Obviously, it's still going to be challenging no matter what. That's when I move on to the next weight. So I think maybe next week I'm gonna move on to the 40s for lunges. So probably that's what I'm gonna be doing. And then for the second workout, I talked over it, but anyways, it was just a simple a seated leg curl. Sometimes I do the leg curl where you're just like laying down, but this time we did seated. And then we just do leg extensions right here, and that's pretty much it. Just 3x10 on actually 4x10 on all these workouts. We do 3x10 on the leg, on the lunges, due to the fact that it's a lot more of a compound movement, because you're using your hamstring a little bit, using your calf a little bit, you're using your quads, inner thighs, everything. Like, so it's just like, it's kind of really like it's still kind of like tactic on your body if you go for four sets, in my opinion. So I do 3 sets on those ones, 4 sets on all these little isolations right here. And then we usually do calf raises. We didn't do them this time, that's why there's no recording of it. But yeah, we do calf raises, 4x10 usually. And the reason we didn't do calf raises is because I was running out of time this time around, and that's what happened. So yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much gonna wrap out this workout for today. This is pretty much what I do for legs on the first day. Now back to the squatting. I don't always do a 4x10 and a single. It's gonna be depending on what I do for my program. But for you guys out there who don't follow a specific program, I do recommend at least start squatting and try to build up a good foundation in that. Like, try to learn the form, try to learn how to do it properly for your body type, because not everybody squats exactly the same. You might have people giving you tips here and there that could help you, and gonna help you find exactly how you should squat, but it's not gonna be exactly like, you kind of have to play around with it. You're gonna have to find exactly where you want to put your feet, wherever feels comfortable for you, and obviously make sure you're hitting depth, and that's pretty much it. And make sure you don't kill yourself squatting. That was today's leg workout. The next video, when I do this again, it's gonna be a push day. I'm gonna be explaining over the push day. So yeah, until next time, it's been Gio, and I'm out. Peace.
Sometimes I feel like I'm dying, sometimes I feel already dead. I got an obsession, perception's kinda messing with my head. I wake up in the days, don't even keep track of days. I got a problem with myself, but I know I'll be okay. I got a lot of pressure built, hope I don't crack the foundation. I think it's maybe time for me to change the location. I don't know what I'm doing, usually I'm just pacing.